So here the given problem is y of t is equal to t into x of t. So first let us find whether it is linear or non-linear. Okay. So for that one, you have to multiply. You have to take a into y1 of t is equal to. So you will get a t into x1 of t. Okay. Similarly, if I multiply b into y2 of t, so if I take this one as y2 of t, this is equal to b into t x2 of t. Okay. So if I add this one, I will get a t x1 of t plus bt x2 of t. Okay. So this is my first equation by adding these two equations. So in this one, instead of x of t, I am going to substitute here x of t is equal to a into x1 of t plus b into x2 of t. Okay. So if I substitute in the second equation, substitute 3 in the second equation, I'll get y of t that is equal to t into a x1 of t plus b x2 of t. Okay. So that is equal to t a x1 of t plus t b x2 of t. Okay. So I can write this y of t is equal to a y1 of t plus b y2 of t. Okay. So if I substitute this one, I'll get a y1 of t plus b y2 of t. So from the first and the fourth equation, so if I equate the first and fourth equation, both are same, right? So therefore it is linear. So this is about whether it is linear or not. The next one is time variant or invariant. So this is my equation y of t equal to a t into x of t. So first you have to vary the time t of y to minus c. So if you do that, you will get t minus t into x of t minus t. So this is your first equation. Okay. Next, from this equation, so you have to change only x alone. Okay. So if you change x alone, I will get t minus t. So this is your second equation. So if you equate first and second equation, you can see it is not varied. It is changing. So, right. That is my y of t minus t is not equal to y of t. Right. So it is time variant. So next one is whether it is static or dynamic. The static means it is memoryless. Okay. So the question is y of t is equal to t into x of t. So first if you substitute y of t is equal to 0. So it becomes 0 into x of 0. So you have to look only x of 0 term only. So it is so it doesn't require any memory because if the y of t value is 0, x of value also it is going only to 0. So this is also present, this is also present. So if I substitute 1, I will get 1 into x of 1, right? So this is also present. If I substitute 2, I will get 2 into x of 2. So if I substitute minus 1, that is minus x of minus 1. So it is memory less, or it can be also called a static system. So the next one is causal or non-causal. So y of t is equal to t into x of t. So here, if I substitute y of t is equal to 0, I will get 0 into x of 0. So if I substitute y is equal to 1, it goes to x of 1. Okay. So if I substitute y is equal to minus 1, you will get minus of x of minus 1. Okay. So here, for y is present values y of t, the t value is 0 means it is a present value. X also going to the same value, so it is nothing but a present state only, so it is not going to any future value. Okay, so therefore it is a causal system since it depends on present. Here it is depends only on the present value, depends on present, and it can also depends on the past value also. Okay, so next one is stable or unstable. Y of t is equal to t into x of t. So here you can see the condition is I should get bounded input, bounded output. What it means amplitude must be amplitude must be constant, right? So it should not vary. So here you can see that t, since it is multiplied by t, the amplitude get varied. Okay, so therefore it is an unstable system. So the condition what is bounded input, bounded output is the y of t value must be minus infinity to infinity dt. That must be less than infinity, should not goes to infinity. So if I substitute t is equal to infinity, definitely this one will goes to infinity, right? So this is a unstable system. Okay, suppose if it goes to infinity, it is a unstable system. If it is less than infinity means that is a stable system. So let me take another problem. Okay, the second column is y of n is equal to x of n plus 1 divided by x of n minus 1. Okay, so to find linearity, right? So I'm going to multiply a with y1. So it becomes a x1 of n plus 1 divided by a x1 of n minus 1. Next, b y2 of m, that is equal to b e x2 of n plus 1 divided by b x2 of n minus 1. Okay. So if we add, you will get a y1 of n plus b y2 of n is equal to a x1 of n plus b x2 of n plus 1 divided by a x1 of n minus 1 plus 1 divided by b x2 of n minus 1. Okay. So in this equation, this is my first equation. So from adding the second and third equation, we'll get the fourth equation, right? 2 plus 3. Okay. So from the first equation, you have to substitute y of n equal to a x1 of n plus b x2 of n plus 1 divided by, here also I have to substitute a x1 of n minus 1 plus b x2 of n minus 1. Okay. That is for x of n, you have to substitute a into x1 of n plus b into x2 of n. So for x of n minus 1, you have to substitute a into x1 of n minus 1 plus b into x2 of n minus 1 in the first equation to get the fifth equation, right? Next, y of n is equal to a into y1 of n plus b into y2 of n, right? So if I substitute in the fifth equation, I will get a into y1 of n plus b into y2 of n, that is equal to a x1 of n plus b x2 of n plus 1 divided by a x1 of n minus 1 plus b x2 of n minus 1. So now if I equate the sixth equation with the fourth equation, so you can see the sixth equation is not equal to the fourth equation. So this is my sixth equation and the fourth equation is this one. So both are changing. Therefore, it is non-linear. Okay. So again, if you see this equation, if I change y of n by capital N, because it is n, so x of n minus n plus 1 divided by x of n minus 1. So if I change only the x by n minus n, I will get x of n minus n plus 1 divided by x of n minus 1. So it is nothing but, so if we equate this first and this first equation and the second equation, I will get x of y of n is equal to y of n minus n. So it is time invariant. Okay. So next one is, so this is a question, y of n is equal to x of n plus 1 divided by x of n minus 1. So to find the causal or non-causal, so you have to substitute n is equal to 0. So if I substitute n is equal to 0, it becomes x of minus 1, right? So if I substitute 1, I will get x of 0 plus 1 divided by x of minus 1. Sorry, x of 0, right? X of 0. So if I substitute y is equal to minus 2, I will get x of minus 2 plus 1 divided by x of minus 3. So it depends on, so the it depends on present and past value, right? Present and past value. Since minus 2 is greater than minus 3, so it depends on the present and past value. So it is a causal system. So to find whether it is static or dynamic, taking the same equation, if you see, if the present value is 0, it is going to 0 and it is minus 1. So it requires a memory, right? So since it is a memory system, right, it is called as dynamic. So the memory system is called as, the other name for the memory system is dynamic. So next one, you can see the amplitude is constant, right? So therefore it is a stable system.